So I just finished shopping at Trader Joe's, my new favorite place to shop. Got, of course, my go-to goat's milk for health benefits. I'm really addicted to making salsa now. I mentioned in an earlier episode that I tried to make a sweet pepper salsa, added other ingredients, and it came out pretty damn good. Ended up mixing it with some meat and potatoes, and because I can't chew, I had to mush it up real good, and it's a good, healthy, high-protein snack, and I had good flavor, you know? Plus, I can mix that stuff with my eggs and everything else. I made my second batch over the weekend, and that came out 10 times better because I added, some other ingredients. I'm not going to give up my secrets. But yeah, it was a success. I made 2 extra jars, one each for my brother-in-laws and their wives. I should drop that off today. But yeah, so I decided to grab some other things. I think I'm going to make different salsas. Some that are more traditionally Mexican. And then I'm going to try to make some with a little bit more Italian flavor. Garlic and oregano and things like that. But because I can't chew for another month, maybe 2. Hey, that rhymed. That I gotta blend everything up real good. So it's a more of a liquidy salsa as opposed to, a little, I don't know what you call it, minced, chopped. My wife's best friend's father makes a pretty damn good salsa, and they chop everything up real fine, and sometimes they'll throw some shrimp in there, but I have a problem taking that in because I can't fucking chew. You gotta chew just a little bit, otherwise I'm choking. But I'm taking a long route so I can make this an episode. But yeah, I blend mine up and I enjoy it. It's when you blend it up, it's not chunky. It's like it's like almost like a hot sauce consistency, and you put it on your breakfast. You can put it on any meat. I even marinated a steak with the last batch of salsa I made, and I can eat steak if I chop it up real little, and then I just anyway. I'm doing the carnivore diet for a little bit, which means I have to eat real soft meats or chop it real good, and I gotta make it somewhat creamy. I gotta be able to consume it without it being dry and getting stuck in my throat. So that's where the salsa comes in. It makes it palatable. It's a funny word. Anyway, so I got some snacks for my wife and my daughter. And son of a bitch, I forgot to get eggs. God damn it, there's always something. Oh, well, I can go back tomorrow. But I had to get some goat's milk, some butter. I have a bunch of leftover meats that I'm going to prepare so that I can eat. And nobody in the house besides me eats leftovers anyway. So luckily there's a lot of meat products and I could use that for my diet. It was good to get out and get some oxygen, because yesterday, man, I was feeling like shit. It was like the worst fucking hangover I've had in a long, long time. And I couldn't sleep. I tried to get a nap in. I knew, my wife and I, we didn't go to the DMV. We did get her birth certificate. So we're both going to make our own appointments to get our real IDs. So we really just kind of laid around the house and waited for Auntie Dawn to get to town so we can meet her for, an early dinner. And I tried to sleep and I couldn't. I was just so full of anxiety. And I think just my body was just telling me, hey man, I'm fucked up. You know, you gotta cut back on this drinking and consume all the right things. And more specifically, I think my blood sugar, I think, was ridiculously high yesterday. So I don't have a tester. I just know it. I could feel it. And my blood pressure was high because I'm stressed out about, you know, this exam and then drinking, and so it did me good to, you know, get a good night's rest, and then to just get out of the house, breathe fresh air, just walking through Trader Joe's makes me feel better. Don't ask me why. Maybe there's a little bit of old lady in me. I don't know. But it felt good just to do that. Like, I feel like invigorated right now. Plus, I'm looking forward to my quart of goat's milk with a couple shots of whey protein in it. And that's going to be my breakfast. And then I have to prepare some my other meals. Basically, I'm prepping for my next 4 or 5 meals. And a lot of it's going to be kind of homemade salsa infused meat products. Why do people do that? Like, I don't understand when people come up to an intersection, they leave huge fucking gaps. Like, this fucking guy next to me in the truck left two gaps, or 2 car lengths gaps. And he's in that lane, which means he's keeping somebody from getting in the turning lane. That's so fucking irritating. Like, you're not going to get cooties. You're not riding their ass if you're fucking 2 car lengths behind them. Fucking asshole. It drives me nuts. Especially, like, if I'm the guy that wants to get in the turn lane, but I can't, and then I find out the asshole in the other lane is got a gap this huge. That one, you know what else pissed me off? I think I mentioned it before, is when people make a right turn. One, there's no point in using your fucking signal light while you're turning. The whole reason for the signal light is to let somebody know behind you, hey, you're going to be turning soon, so let off the gas a little bit. These fucking assholes that brake and then use their signal light as they're turning, fucking stupid. And when you do make a right turn, you can get a little over, like, closer to the curb. You know, you don't gotta turn from the center fucking lane. Like, they just hand fucking driver's license to anybody these days. You know, they make it so hard for everything, to get everything, but they're handing these fucking things out like hotcakes. Like, who's doing the testing? Who's administering the testing for driver's license? Like, there's case in point. That fucking guy just did it. Like, the signal light is a warning. You know? It's just drives me bonkers. Or how about the guy that's driving down the road, and I know he's looking for something, but he slows down to a crawl and he's looking around and, like, hello, there's, like, moving traffic behind you. Like, what are you doing? Anyway, I got off tangent. What was I blabbing about before? Yeah, so changed my diet, quit drinking, and I told Auntie Dawn yesterday, because she was like, you're not going to have a cocktail or anything? I'm paying for it. I'm like, no. I told her I was very hungover, and I know my health. The drinking is affecting the rest of my life. It's affecting, like, how I feel the next day and my productivity, you know? My mood. Like, yeah, when I'm drinking, I'm having a great time. But it doesn't do anything else for anybody else, and it doesn't do me any good if I feel like shit the next day and don't want to do anything until I drink again. That is a full-blown alcoholic. And forget about that. Like, just health-wise, like, I think I'm falling apart inside, you know? It's like I'm not in good shape at all. I'm 51 years old. I'm overweight. Yeah, I lost a few pounds because of how I have to eat. But really, it's like I'm gonna get into a construction trade, and I think I'm gonna hang with these guys, these young kids, 20, 30 years old. No, I got to get my shit together. So, however, I have been doing some exercise, and I do feel better. I feel like I have, you know, I'm a lot more limber than I was a couple months ago. You know, I'm doing mild weightlifting. I'm doing squats. I think the lower body is the most important, folks. Really, because fuck, if you can barely walk up the stairs, you need to work on your lower body. I mean, I'm strong up top, and I don't know, I always go to the curls and, you know, using dumbbells, and there's no point in that if you can't climb up a flight of stairs without fucking almost passing out, or bending down to tie your shoe, and you're out of breath, your head about explodes because you're fucking holding your breath. No. You got to implement some cardio and just some kind of lower body movement to, you know, you got to stay loose. Like, fuck, I can't even tell you the last time I ran, you know. I probably couldn't. Probably have no hamstrings whatsoever. I could walk like the best of them, but after a while, when your feet start to hurt because you're fucking diabetic, I got to make a change, folks. Anyway, not getting any younger. I want to do the work, and I want to maintain for the next 15 years until retirement. Then I got to do something. So, number 1, quit drinking. Number 2, eat more protein. Number 3, get moving. Stop being stationary and stop bitching about, you know, you can't do this and that. I see older men fucking flying down the road, running. They're in great shape. They make no excuses. They go out there and they do shit. And that's what I got to do. So, anyway. I'll see you in a little bit, guys. I got to start doing my thing. Love you.